The president has been very careful to use very diplomatic language toward North Korea, while at the same time remaining tough on North Korea with sanctions and a recent reminder to Kim Jong Un that things will not go well for him if he either bails on the summit or if he decides that he is going to confront the United States with nuclear weapons. Yesterday in Israel, though, Rudy Giuliani diverted from the official line, suggesting that Kim came crawling back to the United States after the president sent him that letter canceling the summit. Listen here.
They also said they were going to go to nuclear war against us. They were going to defeat us in a nuclear war. He said, well, we're not going to have a summit under those circumstances. Well, Kim Jong Un got back on his hands and knees and begged for it, which is exactly the position you want to put him in.
So far, no reaction to that characterization from North Korean officials. Don't forget, Rudy Giuliani is an outside attorney for the president. He's not a White House official. Had that statement come from somebody like, let's say, John Bolton, I'm sure the reaction from North Korea probably would have been pretty swift. The president has been employing the principle that you get more bees with honey than you do with vinegar. Last Friday, he had that hour and 15-minute long meeting with the North Korean Vice Chairman Kim Jong-chul, who you see at the left side of your screen there. The posture very warm and respectful as Kim was leaving. The president even standing there with Mike Pompeo and waving goodbye as Kim Jong-chul drove off. And North Korea knows full well, Sandra, they're dealing with the president on this. They're not dealing with Rudy Giuliani.
Fair point. And dealing with today's schedule, John, the president's meeting with Japan's Prime Minister Shinzo Abe today. What ground are they expected to cover in that meeting?
You know, this is the second time that they met in 2 months. They were together in April down in Mar-a-Lago. Abe coming back here to the White House, the final strategy session before they have before the president heads off to Singapore for that meeting with Kim Jong Un. Abe wants to make sure that Japan's interests are represented at that summit. Japan very worried about intermediate ballistic missiles that North Korea has. They also want some resolution of the Japanese citizens who were kidnapped by North Korea. The president promised at that meeting in Mar-a-Lago that he would address both of those things. They've got a 2 o'clock press conference as well, so we'll be able to hear from both of them. Both Abe and the president headed for the G7 summit in Charlevoix, Quebec tomorrow. North Korea obviously will be on the agenda, but the major issues will be uncomfortable discussions on trade. The chief economic advisor, Larry Kudlow, saying that the G7 is not going to be a distraction for the president ahead of the North Korean summit. Listen here.
We're in the process of briefings and discussions here. And as I said at the top, the outline here is easy. Growth, trade, important bilateral talks.
The president this morning, though, complaining about what he sees as a distraction, the continuing Russia investigation, tweeting this morning, "Isn't it ironic? Getting ready to go to the G7 in Canada to fight for our country on trade. We have the worst trade deals ever made. Then off to Singapore to meet with North Korea and the nuclear program. But back home, we still have the 13 angry Democrats pushing the witch hunt." Isn't it ironic? Like rain on your wedding day.
Oh, my.
Alanis Morissette. I think we've all got that in our head this morning. After that tweet, John Roberts at the White House, thank you.